Hello and welcome in to Love Yourself Spiritual Channel. My name is Peggy. Today I'm going to do a reading for us for the new year. And I don't know if you all do, but I always sit down and I write out my list of goals on the first and what I would like to accomplish this year. And an interesting point made by Joe Dispenza that I have found to be very true. He said that write down your goals frequently, because people who write down their goals are 90% more likely to follow through on them. And so if you haven't done that, I would strongly encourage sitting down and writing out your goals in pretty good detail. The more detailed you are, the more of a command it sends out into the universe, a very clear picture of what it is that you would like to attract back to you. So what I have laid out here is the 4 ACEs, because ACEs are about beginnings or renewing energy in something that you're currently doing. So kind of a renewal of energy or a renewed beginning in something. And we're going to start with the Ace of Swords. And this is the Tarot Original 1909 Circular Edition, which I got as a Christmas present. And so I thought we'd use it today. It's fun. And the thing I love about the ACEs is that they're always a gift from the universe. And the Ace of Swords is the one that we'll start with. And it's about a new beginning or a renewed beginning, starting with your thoughts and in your mind, your mental energies, which I think a lot of times is where a lot of things do start for us. Moving them forward definitely has to have some thought given to it. And then the next one we'll do is the Ace of Cups. So a new beginning or a renewed beginning in the heart space. And aces are always about one. They always denote the self. So anything that has to do with an ace always has to start with you first. Then our third one will be the Ace of Wands, the fire energy. And our last one will be the Ace of Pentacles, the earth energy. Those things in our 3D life, the work that we do, and the things that we need to work on. So I have the Aquarian Tarot to use as clarifier. So I think we'll just start over here with this Ace of Swords and see what we have for a new or renewed beginning in the mind, and what Spirit and our guides might like to offer us as far as advice on that. My list of renewed beginnings are actually a couple new beginnings as well, as we've started an herbal vitamin company and an herbal for horses and for humans, and dogs also. So all right, we have, for our first clarify, in the mental area, we have the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands is about going forward with momentum. And Wands, of course, are always about passionate energy. So going forward passionately towards what it is that your new beginning or your new beginning in thought is about. So what's on your list. And then our second card out is the Queen of Pearls or Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles for me is always, it's a receptive energy, but she is the master builder, but she builds things that are important to her heart. She knows her worth. She puts herself into everything that she's doing. Queens are receptive energy, so she stands from her heart space in a very strong place, and then builds from there. And I think that's a beautiful place for the heart energy or the emotional energy for this card. And the last card out is the 10 of Pearls or 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles is an energy of fulfillment. So financial a lot of times, but it basically just means 3D abundance. And it can mean financial, but it can mean also your family, those people and the house and the job and those things in your life that make up the foundation of things that are in the 3D are important to you. And I think this is really beautiful, because I think this time of year we do spend some time thinking about our foundation, our family, our, considering those things, because we do get together with family around this time of year. And so I think that that's really beautiful. And I definitely think that Spirit wants to say that be the Queen of Pentacles in the heart space. Know your worth, know your value, know what you're building and why you're building it. Because taking that coming from a passionate place and a place in the heart, you're very, very powerful. Your heart is where your power is. Most of it. Okay, and then the second card we have to clarify is the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is a new or renewed beginning in the heart. Those are upside down. We have the Seven of Cups, some choices. Four of Swords. Six of Swords. Interesting. So the seven of Cups just denotes that you have a lot of choices. You have maybe a need to focus a little bit more in your mind and maybe you just have a lot that you're juggling. Often we do have a great deal that we're juggling. And so in the mind, you maybe have a lot of cups that you're considering and a lot of choices and decisions that need to be made. And for me, the Seven of Cups can be energy of not sure what to do first, what to address first, or what option to take first. But I think just with the Four of Swords and the emotional space, the Four of Swords is about resting your mind. So don't get too caught up in your mind. You have a lot of choices, so don't get too caught up in the mind, but rest on it. Go into the heart, which is where this rest energy is coming up in the placement. And just take a minute. Take a little time. So try not to make too hasty decisions about your beginnings or renewed beginnings in love, whether they're with family, a partner, business relations, all of those. And then the last one is the Six of Swords and the spiritual energy. And the Six of Swords, while it's a sword or a thought card, it does always have a lot of water in the deck. And the water moving to calmer waters really is what it means for me. And so moving to a calmer space, and that calmer space a lot of times is in your heart. So the swords being thoughts, moving out of your mind a little bit and checking in with your heart, and then balancing, because the even numbers are always about some sort of balance that is taking place. So, and both of those, the Four of Cups and the Six of Swords, or Four of Swords and the Six of Swords, are both about a little bit of rest, or a little bit of moving away from turbulent energies. Okay, let's look at this Ace of Wands. Let's see what we have. Okay. Our passions are maybe a little messy. Maybe somebody's. It can definitely be disturbing energy. I'm a Sag, so I get that. Our passions can kind of turn our world upside down sometimes, or just mess up the cards. So, new beginning in a passionate sense, as the wands indicate. Let's see what we have here. We have the King of Cups in the mental energy. I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups. Is that? No, that's the Knight of Pearls, Pentacles. That really throws me off, the pearls, Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles in the mental. We have the Magician in the heart, and we have the Six of Cups in the spiritual. Okay. Okay, so for some of you, this will be a new or a renewed, more, it's kind of pulling a little bit more like a renewed for some, and then a new for others. But in the passionate energies, we have the Knight of Pearls, Pentacles. And Knights are about taking what is within us outside of us, and this is in the mental energy. So it's about planning to move outside of you what your intention is, but in a very methodical way, because your pentacles are always about being planning, getting prepared, knowing what the route is going to be, mapping it out, and then going forward. So anytime the Knight of Pentacles comes into on a downline, it's always going to take some time and some planning, and I think that is always the wise thing to do when it comes out. And then in the heart space, we have the Magician, and the Magician is a major arcana card, so this is a spiritual energy card, and it always lends the power and the confidence that you can manifest anything in your life that you want. There isn't anything off limits from what you want to manifest. It's a matter of almost magically, lining up your energy so that you can manifest it, that you can bring it into your life. And the way that works is there is a brain in your heart, just like the brain in your head, but the brain in your heart is actually 4,000 times more powerful energetically than the brain in your head is. And so what happens when you have a thought, it sends out a broadcast, and your heart responds immediately in real time, and then it also sends out a broadcast, and so that broadcast, emotional and mental, goes out together. But the heart is magnetic, and this is where the magic actually happens. It draws back to you by the way that you feel about the thought, the 3D experience that you're going to have in regards to that thought. So let's just say the thought is about money. And the thought is, I won't have enough money for this bill. And as that thought leaves your mind or goes through your mind, your emotions are going to respond to that. And the emotional response you're going to have to that could be fear or concern, of, worry. And so that anxiety leaves you with that thought and goes out into the universe and then draws back to itself the equal to that thought, which will be anxiety. The chances of you having the money for that bill could be slim, or at least not on time, because that's what you're aligned with. Where if your thought was, wow, I'm winning the lottery right now, I'm just nailing it, I'm knocking it out. Say you're in sales and you hit I'm going to have a great week, I'm just going to have the best week. I just know it, I can feel it in my bones. That thought leaves you, that feels really, really good. That's an exciting, passionate thought. And when that thought leaves you and goes out into the universe, the energy of believing and being excited and the passion that is going to go with it is going to draw back to you exactly that. You're going to have a great week. You're going to have the week that you feel you're going to have. And so that is how our manifestations work, and that's how the Magician works. And it does seem like magic, even though it's not. And then our last card out is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups for me is always about soul bonds, people or things that have been precious to us for a long time. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be with a child, a parent, a grandparent, a career that you love. Like for me, I have trained horses for years and raised them, and that was what all of my passion was about. In years past, that's a Six of Cups relationship for me, that career. And so if you do, and we'll go back and we'll do some clarifiers and see if we can get a little bit more insight for some of you all, because I think that one's really interesting, an interesting downline. But you may be spending a lot of time considering some of these Six of Cups relationships and how to renew the energy. And I think it is going to be a little bit of a renewing energy, just because the Six of Cups is a little bit of a nostalgia card. So it's nostalgic, although it can indicate a new beginning, in that a lot of people who we come to have a karmic relationship or a soul bond relationship with, we decide before we come, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we will meet them right when we're born, or we will have a time period or a period where we want to be so involved, like to a certain evolution before we meet them. So it could be that you're going to meet someone completely new that you don't know. But that is a Six of Cups relationship. And those are those people that when you meet them, you're like, I've known you my whole life. Like, I feel like I've just known you. And you just bond. But the bond is pre-existing because it came with you. You just don't remember. Because in the Earth School, we don't. And that's part of why the Earth School is difficult. The last one we have is the Ace of Pentacles. So let's see what's going on in the 3D for renewed or new. Two of Pearls, Two of Pentacles, a little bit of juggling. Nine of Pearls, oh, Nine of Pentacles, she's my favorite. And the Six of Wands, victory. Okay, so the first one we have in the mental energy is the Two of Pentacles, or Pearls in this deck. And the Two of Pentacles is just about juggling usually between two people, although it can be juggling between people and work. It can be juggling between you and all of the responsibilities in your life. But it's about balancing. And in this card, it's like a really playful energy. It feels like a fun energy. And I think that our work-life balance, we don't remember that work and fun are supposed to both coexist together. And so I think that's a really good thing going forward at the beginning of the year. Don't forget you. Don't forget you in the fun part. And keep that balance between work and yourself, between yourself and family, between your responsibilities and yourself. Do make sure that you are part of that equation, your happiness, your joy, the things that you're passionate about. Make sure that those things that you hold are accounted in that balance. Make sure you're part of that balance. Because the next card out is the Nine of Pearls, or Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pearls is in a lot of decks it's the abundant woman, not necessarily woman, but a feminine energy, where she has worked really hard. She's done the hard work. She planted the seeds at Seven of Pentacles. At Eight of Pentacles, she did the hard work, and at Nine of Pentacles, she is resting. She is enjoying. She is walking in the water. She walking in love, loving herself. It is a card. Nines and ones are about individuation, and she's standing in her power. It's not the end of a cycle. It's not the Ten of Pentacles like we have over here, but it is the Nine, which means that individually she has found her abundance. And maybe that's a beginning that you're wanting to begin this year, is finding your independent abundance, the abundance that lives within you, because you can't attract to you the Ten of Pentacles until you've done the Nine of Pentacles. You have to go in order. So until this can't come to you until this comes to you. It has to start with you. Everything has to start with you. So if you want abundance, and when I say abundance, I don't just mean monetary. I mean in love. I mean in work, play, everything. If you want abundance, it has to start with you, because you can't get to 10 until you've gone to 9, which is the internal abundance that is within you. And then becomes, because your heart attracts to you those things that you give to yourself, it will attract to you the 10. And 9 plus 1 is 10. So you've got 1 pentacle here and 9 here, and that is 10. And then our last card is the Six of Wands. Victory. Victory. Thank you, Spirit. That was beautiful. I love that. The Six of Wands is victory. And it's about joy. It's about success. And so if you want success while you're balancing, don't forget yourself in the balance. That's what that whole dial line is about. If you will balance life, but balance it against yourself, including yourself as part of it. Yourself as an individual, your individual healing, your individual desires, your individual passions, your individual thoughts. It's okay to be an individual. If you will embrace that, then Six of Wands victory is yours. I do want to clarify just a little bit, a couple of these, and then I have another circle tarot, and this one is Maria Di Stefano. She did the artwork for this circle of life tarot. These are kind of interesting, so you have to excuse me if I shuffle them and they go everywhere, because they are a little bit ornery. I'm not real familiar, or as familiar, with odd shaped cards. they're always a little tricky for me. So I'm just going to shuffle them a couple times. And then I think this in the thoughts, I think this is really straightforward. I want to check on this in the Ace of Cups. I want to check on this Seven of Cups, these choices. Spirit, can we get a little more insight on this Seven of Cups? What might these choices be about that the collective would need to know, or maybe you have more than one that you'd want to give? King of Wands. Interesting. King. Hang on. There we go. King of Wands is our first card. I might get one more. And the king, like, the kings are where the buck stops. They're fixed energy. And Wands is always about your passions. So you maybe have some of you have some choices in passions, maybe in love. Choices about love. What else do we have? Nine of Swords. Okay. Okay. So the passions that you have, because kings are, you know, the authority figure, and that came out in the upright. So this isn't a negative place, but the Nine of Swords is negative thoughts. It's insomnia. It's keeping you up at night. And the King of Wands could indicate a masculine energy, possibly, that you are up in your head about, that's keeping you up at night. Could be anxiety about that. That could be for someone. And then the next one I have out is the Five of Wands, which is, a lot of times for me, it's an internal passionate struggle. It's a passion about it's an internal struggle about something I'm feeling passionate about. It also can indicate competition between you and another person. And anytime you're having, especially if you're having mental thoughts about someone, you are sending them energy. And there is an energetic struggle going on a lot of times between you. And if it is of a passionate nature, or had a passionate nature, that line between love and hate is very, very thin a lot of times. And it only takes a negative or positive thought to cross the line, really, truly. And so if part of the struggle is passionate in nature, that anxiety is going to all be wrapped up into that. And then the last card we have is the Seven of Swords. My goodness. Okay, Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords for me is kind of coyote energy. And it's also about choices and choosing to dwell on a situation that, like a coyote, is taking your energy and robbing you of it. And so my best advice for a situation where if this is a person that you have love for, and you're having negative thoughts about them, if you're having anxiety keeping you up at night, you're having an emotional, passionate struggle a little bit, you're having self-defeating and the relationship as well, defeating thoughts, and there's a little bit of trickster energy possibly involved with that. If that's happening, the best thing that you can do is disconnect. And the way that looks is to run a bath. If you have the time, run a bath. Get in the tub, get some candles, get some soft music, sit down in the water, and just say, while envisioning in your mind, like as if you have electrical cords in your heart, envision unplugging, and just say about, like, from this person, I will try to unplug from everyone so that I can get within my own energy and really understand what's going on within me, so that I can stop the struggle, I can stop the anxiety, I can get clear. So you're going to pull the cords out, and at the time that you're doing it, you're going to say in your mind or out loud, I lovingly release you to the care and keeping of the universe at this time. I need to be within my own energy field. And then I will also say, and I call back to myself all of my own fragmented energies that I might be whole at this time, and please seal my field, my auric field. And I'll do that, and then just sit with the energy. And if a thought of a person that you have unplugged from comes back, then just say, I lovingly decline at this time, and just block that energy and ask them to wait. And then I'll just put my hand up and say, just please wait. And then I will sit with my own energy and try to just be within myself, within my own heart space. And it's quite profound. If you've never done it, it's a very profound experience. It will bring you clarity. And then let's see, what else do we want to look at? Let's see. I want to ask about the Six of Cups energy over here, Spirit. What about the Six of Cups in the Ace of Wands downline? What is the Six of Cups about? This soul bond energy. Whoop. That one obviously wanted out. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So again, Knight of Pentacles again on that downline. Make a plan. So make a plan about this energy. If there's a soul bond energy that you are working with, and if it's your job, make a plan. If it's a person that you want to reconnect with, or that you want to renew the connection with, make a plan. That's going to be primary. And 15, what is 15? Devil. All right, if this is I'll show you this one. Knight of Pentacles. If this is a pattern, if you have something in your life that is a pattern, it's always going to bring out the devil. And the devil is a pattern that you're keeping that's not serving you when the devil energy comes out. And it's the universe's way of saying, look, I need you to look at this pattern. We need to make a different beginning here. We need to do something different with this energy. We've got to change this up. And the next one out is the, again, Seven of Pentacles. Once you understand what the pattern is and you can see it, then plant a different seed. You can't stop a pattern without really starting a different pattern, because everything is a circle. Everything is going in a cycle. And so plant a new seed and then nurture it so that it can grow. So if let's just say it's because all patterns have an addictive quality to it. Let's just say it's drinking, and you want to stop drinking. Well, one of the best things to do if you want to do that, because let's just say it's drinking coffee and it's giving you terrible stomach aches. If you want to stop drinking coffee that's giving you terrible stomach aches, part of what you're addicted to is the ritual of it. And so put something else in its place. Change to tea. Change to hot cocoa or something, so that you have the ritual. If it's wine, then change to kombucha, tea, non-alcoholic. Change to something so that the comfort that you get from doing the ritual can still be there, which is part of it. So if it is a person that you're having a bad pattern with, go to that person and say, look, I have this pattern, and this relationship is difficult for me because this pattern isn't serving me. And if we're going to continue this relationship, then I need the pattern between us to be different. And plant that seed for that new beginning so it can be different for you. If it's a relationship that you're wanting to renew, start with you and plan out how it's going to look different. And then our last card out is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. So the beginning starts with you. Aces are not just about beginning something or renewing something, but it's also denotes yourself. Everything starts with self. So start this planting of this seed with you first. If it involves two people, if this is a soul bond relationship that isn't work, it isn't, it is actually a relationship with other people, another person, then in your mind and plan it out in a 3D way. Know what you're going to do, how it's going to be planned out differently. Okay? And then I did want to look at, there's actually quite a few things on here that were curious to me. This Two of Pentacles, I just wanted to see what the balance might be. I think the Nine of Pentacles did kind of clarify that pretty good, but I just want to see if we get something else. Two of Swords. Okay, So some of the balance is going to be about not being blind, not being up in your head too much, balancing your mental energies, because swords are about mental energy. So balancing, and the Two of Pentacles is in the mental energy part. That is mental energy. So the balance really does have to start with you and in your mind to further clarify. And then Pentacles are about doing the work. So then do balance it outside of you, take it forward. No matter what the subject is. Start with the mental energy. Anything else on that, Spirit? Are we good? Anything else on that? That might be all. We'll do one more round. But Knight of Wands. Okay. So once you know what you're balancing, when you're balancing, always move forward with passion. Always take those thoughts outside of yourself with passion. And don't forget that as you do that and as you balance, this is going to be the most important part of the balance. Okay? Don't forget your individuation. Knowing your worth, knowing your value. Come from that space. And take that with you passionately as you go forward. Okay? And then we have I got Cosmic Insight Oracles. We'll just do a couple of those, I think, to finish it up. And I was going to say further on that Devil on this, as clarifying this Six of Cups. Relationships, even relationships that have physically ended, still have an addictive quality to them. They can still be in our field. Our relationships never really end because our soul bond energies, we're always connected to them spiritually. And if you're having thoughts of them at all, then there's energy passing back and forth between you. And so a relationship hasn't really ended. It's just taken on a less physical form, but that doesn't mean it's ended. And so if you have a bit of an obsessive addiction with an energy that is a Six of Cups, even if you're not with that person, it is still affecting you. It's still playing out in your life. It may just only be playing out spiritually. But it's worth taking a look at. It's worth looking into that. And part of changing anything is just seeing it. First understanding that, yeah, I'm up in my head about this. And it's spending a lot of energy out of me that I could be using to renew a different ace. Something else. And there's probably, if there's a devil, there's information there. There's pain there that needs to be looked at. Because the ego is going to try to keep you away from that pain. Do we need any of these, Spirit? Do we want any of these? What have we got here? One. Last time. Let's see if that's all. That might be all. Two. Air sign. Possibly one of our soul bond relationships is not for everybody, but maybe one of your soul bond relationships is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and mental energy. Air sign is always about mental energy. That one did come out second, so distance. Your partner may be at a physical or emotional distance. Yeah, so I think that was further clarifying possibly the Six of Cups for one or two people or someone that will see this. It doesn't matter the distance, because emotional energy, which is what I was kind of talking about, does travel faster than the speed of light. And so it doesn't matter if you are not physically with them, if you are still exchanging energy with them, which is just a thought. As you have the thought, the emotion goes with it straight to that person, and it travels faster than light does. And so you're still having, even with distance, you're still having a bit of an emotional relationship with them. And yeah, something to definitely be aware of. And then air signs, it's your thoughts that possibly have you stuck on that obsessive thoughts. So I think that is all. I might do a few charms just for fun. I haven't done charms for a while. I love charms. What have we got, Spirit? Oh, we got all, that wasn't supposed to come. We have 2 scoop shovels, 2 people, and little scoop shovels. They say love on them. So if you love someone and you may need, sometimes it takes work. The scoop shovels for me are always about doing work. Love takes work. The key, small key. Someone has the key to your heart, or you have the key to theirs, or the key is in your heart. And then we have the sailboat in reverse. And the sailboat in the reverse for me is always not smooth waters. Something's turbulent, something's out of balance. So we'll just take those. That's what I have today. I hope that that helps someone, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Be blessed. Namaste.